Public Works and Safety meeting. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call, please, Carol.
Mayor Sheets.
Present.
Greg Miller.
Present.
Jim Skinner is absent.
Okay, we have the minutes from the March, I better put my glasses on so I say the right date, March 9th, 2026.
I'll make a motion. We approve the minutes of March 9, 2026 Board of Works meeting.
I'll second that motion. Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets. Greg Miller.
Aye.
Okay, next we have the claims.
Mayor, I'll make a motion. We accept the claims as presented this evening.
I'll second that motion. Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Okay, next we have public comments. We do have one person down, Dick Perkins. You want to come on up to the microphone there?
Okay, I didn't know if he was ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am Dick Perkins. I'm a lifelong resident of Frankfort. I apologize for this, what seems to be the last minute in regards to the painting of a large shelter house at TPA Park, but I just heard about it, so I feel every proposal should kind of listen to both sides. So this is in no way a personal attack on Patrick. He's an outstanding artist, and I've known him for years, but I feel he's using the shelter house as a large, highly visible canvas to showcase his business in fox painting, which is, I understand that. I am very proud of the city park so much that I took a seasonal job last summer with the park. Some of my best childhood memories were spent at the park. I think Greg can contest to that. But as a taxpayer, this don't set well with me. First, it's taken away from the historic value and uniformity of the park in reference to other shelters, bandstands, restroom, and pool bathhouse. I kind of messed up. We all know that white ceilings reflect lights and dark absorbs it. So it's just not a real good idea to paint it dark. But just a quick note, as a professional painter with over 50 years experience, it will be extremely difficult to properly prepare this structure to accept painting. Applying the dark colors over the white as the top coat begins to fail and chips off, it will show the white underneath, which will be extremely visible, versus white top coat failing and showing white underneath. This will create a maintenance and cost issue in the future. Again, as a taxpayer and someone who has spent 70 years utilizing parks, I think we need to evaluate the proposal a little more. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Do we have any other public comments? I don't have anything up here, but I don't know if everybody had the opportunity. Were you wanting, I know you came in late, were you wanting public comment? Okay.
I'm all right.
Okay.
I agree with what he has to say. I mean, not to the tune of not doing the project, but a lot of the things he has to say, I take his opinion very valid.
Thank you. Did you have any questions or anything for him? Okay. Department reports. Fire Department. Josh Hewitts.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I've got a few things. I know one thing we need to go back over is I think you folks need to ratify the hiring of Mason Lucas. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, I knew Matt put that on my list, so Mason has started work. He's already started to become acclimated with the guys at headquarters, and he is one of of the 4 new folks that were hired this year that will soon start an academy in Westfield. So we're excited about that.
And how long is that academy? I forget.
I
Is it
knew-
is it like 12 weeks or?
I want to say it's
a
pretty
long-
comprehensive,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's pretty all encompassing as far as you'll get your hazmat awareness and ops, firefighter 1 and 2, and your EMT, national EMT certification. Not to mention there's a daily physical training portion and so on and so forth. I mean, they show up at 6, get off at 5, so it's very intensive.
Okay.
But in the situation we're in, we felt like that would work out the best because of the timing crunch, you know. I don't know if you've been west of town or not.
I have. I've been by like 4 times this weekend.
Yeah.
So,
So at our last, you know, they're on track. And
Oh,
it's going to
yes.
be June 25th is their finish
it's looking
date.
good.
Yeah.
It's looking good.
So,
And I was, my understanding too with the academy, their success rate, especially like with their EMT program, has been really high.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah. So, you know, it's a well-known fact in the fire service and in pre-hospital medicine, EMS, that the national certification for emergency medical technician is extraordinarily difficult to achieve. And most don't pass it on their first try. And so it says a lot about these folks that they can do it quickly and they have that kind of success rate.
I think it's a great idea because I'm all about training.
Yeah.
And you guys have done so well with your whole department, and I think it's great that that's something we're going to do for the new ones. So,
Good. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Do we want to go ahead and ratify that hire?
Yep. I'll make a motion that we ratify the new hire of Mason Lucas for the Frankfurt Fire Department.
I'll second that motion. Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
okay. Thank you. Thank you. Then to piggyback off our conversation then, Station 4 is on pace. We had our last meeting, gosh, it would have been the first Thursday of this month. They indicated then that they were on pace, like I said, for substantial completion June 25th. Now, that doesn't mean that that's when it's going to be open for business, but that's when they're going to be finished with construction. We'll go through with a punch list, do a walkthrough, continue through that process until it is ready to open. We get our, I'm assuming we have to get a certificate of occupancy and that kind of thing. So I noticed over the weekend it was warm. They were working yesterday. So these guys aren't messing around. And that's good to see. Engine 3, Matt Stidham and myself, Russell Sheets and Kevin Watkins left Wednesday evening, and we returned Friday evening to complete the final inspection on Engine 3. So we went through a spec sheet of at least 400 items that we had to check off and make sure that they were constructed to the right specs, right distances. I mean, we literally had a tape measure out. We were laying underneath it. So we found 24 things that we didn't like.
Wow.
And it was mostly cosmetics, you know, scratch here, paint needed buff there, that kind of thing. So they didn't balk at any of the things that we found upon inspection. They drove it right away as soon as we finished with our inspection to start taking care of those things. And I just got a message from the sales rep today. They're thinking it'll be here by the first of the month. So
that's great.
it'll be to McQueen's in Whitestown and then here by the first of the month.
Good. That's exciting.
Yeah.
And we might add that that's already been paid for through our.
That's what I heard, yeah.
Redevelopment Commission.
I heard
always want to
that.
add that because people always are concerned, but that was already an upfront cost that's been paid for. And I think actually we have some credit left towards the other one.
That's
towards
true.
the
And it
Quint.
transferred over to the project with the Quint.
So,
Thank you. I'm going there next. We're thinking alike.
Yes.
The Quint, it should be spec'd this fall, tentatively. So that would give you kind of an idea. It took 11 months to build Engine 3. So we're looking, I'm sorry, that's not true. It took 10 months to build Engine 3. So we're looking at least that much for a Quint, which is a larger vehicle. It involves a ladder, and it's a whole other ball game.
So
So-
probably at least a year.
We're hoping mid 2027,
Okay.
but anyway, keep your
Okay,
fingers crossed. So,
exciting,
but
yes.
to piggyback on that, I have some information for you folks this evening. So that leaves us with a quandary.
Thank you.
Can't draw here. You want that?
Sure.
Just about fire trucks. I don't know if that's really interesting to you or not.
I'll keep it for the record.
So what I gave you was the NFPA standard 1900, specifically Annex F. And what that is that's guidance that the National Fire Protection Agency gives regarding the life expectancy of fire trucks. So I'll just hit the high points and then tell you why that's important when I'm finished. So most fire trucks are custom built, and just like any other vehicle, they age and deteriorate, and their condition is subject to how well they've been taken care of. NFPA recommends that a fire truck is no longer adequate for emergency service once it's become 15 years old. And the reason for that is that the technology is outdated. It doesn't have the latest and greatest electronics and safety features. And like our new engines that we're getting, engine 2 and engine 3, have airbags and supplemental restraint systems, which our old trucks don't. So now that we're getting the new engine 3, the truck that was there is coming back to headquarters, and now we have two 2006 fire trucks that initially we thought, let's take these two trucks and make one good one out of both of them. But the more we thought about it, the more we realized that we're going to have a 2006 fire truck, which is 20 years old this year. You look in there, NFPA says after 15 years, they can be used in reserve status or for training. And then once they hit 25 years they should be discarded.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to go ahead and do our due diligence and try to price what that's going to take if it's even possible to make to make one out of two. Yeah. And I'm sure we'll be back here in short order to report on what we found, because the importance of having that backup engine is significant, not only for daily operations, but it also counts towards our ISO rating.
Oh, okay.
And which you're all
Which is
aware,
good.
I think recently we bumped up to number
Yes.
3. So in order to maintain that, we have to keep that reserve engine in service in a capacity that meets those standards. Now, I'm not going to pull your leg and tell you that we're required to follow NFPA standards, because we're not. Indiana's not an NFPA state. But if somebody gets hurt or something goes wrong, those are the standards that we will be held to in a court of law, because that's a nationally recognized standard. So my point is that we're buying new trucks, and we're so much and are very, very appreciative of that, but we still have an aging fleet. Ladder 1's 20 years old today.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. So we need
Engine
to
1
be-
is 12 years old. So it's rapidly approaching its end of life. Engine 2, which we think is new, is 6 years old. So,
Doesn't seem possible.
no.
Age
So anyway,
quickly.
that's kind of an update on the good news on engine 3. And hopefully we'll have good news about old engine 3 and engine, we call it 42. One end says 4, one end says 2. So I'll keep you up to date on that. But I wanted you to have that so that you know that
you.
I'm not just blowing smoke, so to speak. Okay, next thing, and then I will leave everybody alone and quit talking. We just recently found out
Thank you.
had one for Jim, but you think, should I leave him on or?
Do you want?
Yeah, I'll give him the standards as well.
So what I've handed you is the interlocal agreement for Central Dispatch, which was signed in 2014 and is still, if I read it correctly, Alicia, it's still in full force and effect.
Hold on. Yeah, it automatically renews on an annual calendar year basis unless written notice of intent to terminate is given by one party to the agreement no later than September 30th.
Okay, I'll hit the high points here for you. This is the interlocal agreement. You've probably already seen it, so I'm not showing you anything new. This is in full force and effect. And I apologize, I didn't mark this in advance. But when you look through here, what you will see is that the city's only financial obligation to Central Dispatch is 50% of, it's either, I think it's Lowit.
Yes.
Correct. And that money never, the city never sees that
We never
money.
see
It's
it.
go-
That's
it's
correct.
directly goes to Central Dispatch. What you also see in here is that is the sole responsibility of Clinton County to make upgrades. They are to make a non-reverting fund or a cumulative fund to pay for those, so on and so forth. There is a board that oversees this, which you are a member of.
I am.
You are.
I don't know when's the last time we ever met.
That's okay. There's a spot in here, and I'll read it to you. It says, "The failure of either party to insist upon strict adherence of any of these terms or procedures of this agreement shall not be deemed to be a waiver of the right to such adherence at any time thereafter." So anytime you would like, you can call this meeting to order. And this is the law of the land when it comes to Central Dispatch. Correct me if I'm wrong, Alicia.
I mean, that's what our agreement says. So yes,
Okay.
we have to follow it unless it's been terminated, which it hasn't.
Correct. Now, the reason I put this in front of you this evening is because recently, when I say recent, I mean Friday at lunch, we found out that our current reporting software, which is ERS, Emergency Reporting System or something, I don't know, it decided that they're no longer, as of January 1, 2026, they're no longer forwarding our reports to what used to be, Greg, used to be called NIFRS, National Fire Incident Reporting System. Now it's called NERIS. It's an acronym that's NERIS. I don't know what that stands for. Scott might, I don't know, but it's a more, he's really smart, so he might know that stuff. You are. And they put a nice note right on the front page of their website when I go to sign in this morning to do reports. It says, "Hey, we're not sending your reports in anymore, but if you'd like to buy our new software, we'll send them in for you." And I thought, well, I don't know about you, but I don't like being backed in a corner. And we kind of already decided, I know Matt's talked to you guys about going to a company called First Due, which is directed at fire departments. We've had a demonstration. They've been here. We've gotten a quote, so on and so forth. We found the money in our budget to go forward with it because we were going to pay for our part. And all the other county fire chiefs are in agreement. They want to go to it. And we've just kind of hit a stumbling block when it comes to making that happen. Currently, as part of this agreement, which I showed you, Clinton County, which is responsible for this, spends, who is our, I mean, we're a customer of theirs. You know, we pay them to dispatch everything for us. So, right? We're the customer, they're the provider. Customer's always right, in my book. They don't want, they've said, they've indicated to us that they would pay for what they're currently paying, but anything above that, we would have to come up with on our own, including the townships and their fire departments. Grand total, we're talking, you know, and this is going to sound cavalier, but we're talking about around $40,000 to $45,000. Now, when you throw that up against an annual budget of $24 million, that's not a lot of money. It's a lot of money to me, but that's not enough to get hung up on anything about. So we have tried and have not had any success. And so we're asking you guys, you know, the folks that sit in your seats, names are on this, and the folks and your counterparts at the county, their names are on it. We need your help. We have to get this done. We have to get it done in short order. And we've exhausted all avenues on our end. So we need somebody that swings a bigger hammer.
So
when
all
we
your,
can.
all the reporting is still capable of being done. It's not being forwarded
That's
on to where
correct.
that can be
That is correct.
followed through with for
Yeah.
Investigations, that type of thing for
Yeah.
at the state level.
Correct.
Okay.
So the current company we're with, ERS, which I mentioned, they do have a platform that we could switch to, and they were bought up, or ERS was bought up by another software company, and it's called ESO. ESO, as Greg, you're probably familiar with from your time as EMS director, is geared towards EMS. It really doesn't have any fire component, and this first due is geared strictly towards fire departments. And it has a lot of capacity that we could utilize that we don't have now. One is a component for the community. In a manner that's similar with, I don't know if you're familiar with what a Knox box is, but a Knox box is something we have one here at Old Stony. You put a key, we come and unlock it for you. You put a key in it. We have the only key that has access to that key, right? So it's secure. Same thing, you create a user account with our first due through the City of Frankfort Fire Department. You can put in there, hey, I live at 807 Alhambra, and I've got 2 kids and 3 dogs, and their the kids' bedrooms are here, and I've got, oh, by the way, I've got 5 gas cans in the garage or something like that, and it's all secure and locked down, and they can populate that as they see fit. When we get a call to that address, it automatically pops up and says, hey, there's extra information here for you to know. And we can do that with all the factories. They enter that themselves. We don't have to go back out and check to make sure they've updated keys, maps, so on and so forth. So it's well worth the money. We've got it we're in the red zone. We just need you guys to punch it in the end zone. So any questions?
Does the particular hangup, is this system compatible with Central Dispatch now and
It
capable
is.
to be integrated into their system?
Yeah, it is.
Standing now?
That's correct. That's a great question, Greg. And so I went to a seminar last spring in Carmel at the Carmel Fire Department. So IFD, Carmel, everybody's going to this system. So all the donut counties. And then I talked to some fellows from Barkersville, Indiana, and they are also integrating this. And I was by myself, so I sat with these guys, and they kind of told me all about it. They were about finished implementing it. So it was a great set of folks to sit with. They indicated that they had great success integrating it, and that their Central Dispatch, and I can't think of that county, but they also use Spillman. And Spillman pushes calls right to first due, just like it does ERS.
So it does work with.
Yeah, it is compatible. Yeah. Yep. So, and, I'm sure Matt can tell you a little bit more, but I know that he's talked to all the other county fire chiefs, and they're on board. So we got to figure out, how we're going to get there. And
So
I
is
hate
it
coming
the
in here
cost?
and just,
So is it
doing
the
this, but
cost? Is it the training?
it's a cost.
Is it?
that's a
Okay.
call. It's strictly financial. So,
So
Matt and I even kicked around the idea of trying to find it somewhere in our budget just to pay the whole thing and take care of it for everybody. But, we're scratching for
So is that
money.
the annual amount, or is that,
It is.
so annually?
Yeah.
it would
So
be-
currently it's like 23,000. The new price will be 45. That's an outdated quote, so don't hold me to that.
Oh, yeah. So you currently have 23,000.
That's what they currently spend through Central Dispatch.
Central
Because they're
Dispatch.
right, they're populating this for us. You know, and that's the way it's been since inception.
And they'll continue to spend the 23,000.
That's correct.
So it would be 45 minus 23.
That's correct. So I mean,
So the city needs $22,000 a year from here on out.
yeah. But the agreement I gave you says you shouldn't have to do that. But in the interest of,
The problem is, in
Keeping
order
the
to
peace.
enforce, you'd have to sue the county to do that. And I don't know that that's something that we are interested in doing.
right,
So,
one thing, right, I don't disagree. I'm not suggesting confrontation. I'm just asking for help, and I know Matt and I are pretty exhausted with it. Really, we're exhausted with this guy calling us all the time from First Due, but
So we would have to do a new contract or agreement.
anytime.
well, we theoretically, if we're contributing additional finances, I mean, I would do at least an addendum to the agreement to say that we're going to pay the $22,000 every year or whatever the difference between what they're spending now. I mean, I would also think, does it go up every year?
I'm sure there is an adjustment every year,
So
but
we-
I can't tell you, you know, we talked about a 1-year term.
Right, but I'm thinking on the program that we have right now, Central Dispatch has right now, does that program cost more every year?
I cannot speak to that.
Because we'd want to find that out too,
Yeah.
because if there's an adjustment every year, then
Yeah.
that price that they normally would pay would go up every year.
Yeah.
And we should get some credit
Yeah.
for that
So
too.
we're- yeah.
So,
So like, really, I think what I'm telling you is there's a couple of things that need to happen, and I'm sorry that I'm going to tell you this, but that agreement needs to be redone, which probably means more work for you, Alicia, and I'm sorry, but that's
okay.
part of it. So,
all right.
so we need to find some money to get across the goal line
Mhm.
this year, and I'll have to circle back to you with exact figures, and I'll talk to the other folks again, and then probably we need to rework this agreement because it did actually sunset in 2019. It's just automatically renewed every
Right.
year since then, which is fine. But maybe the new agreement can alleviate some of these questions where we can line out who is responsible if the fire department says, hey, we want new software like we have. And it's not like we just said, hey, we want new, our old one's going
We
out.
have to do
And we feel like
something.
we're being held hostage by the current company. So anyway, fun times. And I think that's all I've got. You did have one thing, maybe Alicia, for us.
I
there's
think there's two things. One thing
Okay.
was the Union Township fire contract needed
okay.
approved. So I think you guys have that. That's similar to past years. Chief and I did work on changing the language a little bit because there was some stuff that in there that was outdated. So we took some things out, but nothing that we took out was anything that really applied anymore. So it is a little different than last year, but the key components, the price and that sort of stuff are reflective of 2026 . So
So I noticed they've already signed off on it, so.
I have no
Is that-
idea.
they
Chief
have,
takes
yes.
care of getting
Did
those
that include
signatures.
language about future development?
Ooh, I think so.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Hold on. Sorry, I don't have it in front of me, but let me look. Yes, it does. It's got language in there, number 2, regarding industrial users who receive building permits. Any industrial user will be required to enter into a separately negotiated agreement with the city. So that way, when we have future commercial clients like that, we can do an agreement, and it's not just covered under our township coverage, because those are usually heavy consumers of cost. So yes, that is in there.
Thank you.
You probably don't remember what this compares to our previous one.
No,
I don't-
I worked on it, I want to say in November.
Oh, well, then
So
you
it's
don't
been a
remember.
long time. And then we worked on
I-
it again. We worked on it initially at the end of last year, and then we worked on it again in January to clarify some language and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I do not recall. I'm sorry.
Okay, and I
Whatever
did know-
increase it is would reflect whatever their increase in assessed value was.
And then the
So I'm
Cume
sure they're at
Fire,
their
that's
max.
still in there, so.
I think they're at their maximum levy, yeah.
Yes, the Cume Fire is in there. That I do recall.
Okay, so we need to
Approve that.
approve this.
Yes.
You want to go ahead and do that before we move on to the next?
I'll make a motion that we approve the fire contract with Union Township and the city of Frankfurt as presented.
I'll second that motion. Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank
we'll
you.
Get this signed off and then we'll get it to them. And I don't know if they paid their first one of this year or not, do you?
I'm not sure about that. I'll get a copy back to Carla.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it's July 1st, so, okay.
Are you ready for the next thing?
Ready for the next one?
Okay, next thing we've got, Chief asked me to prepare a document regarding training. And I did a little research on this. There
guys have
is language for the police department that if a different police department swipes one of our employees from us, that they are required to pay back the amount of the training costs associated with it. But that doesn't apply to the fire department, only to the police department. So what Chief asked me to do was create a document so that if we have a person who goes through the academy training and we've invested money in there and they leave for any reason within a certain period of time, that they would be responsible for reimbursing those expenses associated with their education. Chief asked if we could bring it today because they do have some folks starting the academy on April 6th. So if we could get this taken care of. And then there's an acknowledgement for the employee to sign. If they reach a certain point after so many years, they don't have to pay anything back. So it's prorated based on how many years they would serve the city of Frankfurt.
Is there any, I haven't had a chance to read through it. Is there any stipulation on, like, if there's a termination, if they quit, if,
It is just if they leave the department for any reason, then they are required to reimburse. So if they're terminated or if they would leave on their own accord, then they'd be required to pay back the prorated portion based on how many years of service they provided to the city. And then the intention would be that that would go to each employee, they would sign off on it, and that acknowledgement form would go into their personnel file.
It appears as though there's also language there for the failure for the employee to repay those expenses too. So,
Yes,
okay.
there is language in there. I believe, if I recall correctly, they can take it out of the last paycheck.
Right.
So,
Okay. I'll make a motion that we approve the fire department recruit training reimbursement policy as presented this evening.
I'll second that motion. Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Okay, that's approved as well.
Thank you. That's all I have unless you have any more questions. Okay.
Nope. I'm good.
I think that's
All right,
everything.
thanks.
Thank you, Josh. Okay, make sure I get the right one. I have more than one of these.
The one with the red on it.
Okay. Okay, Parks Department, Ryan. Did you have the agreement for this?
Good afternoon, everybody.
It's under attorney.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, bye.
Hi. So the first thing I have for you guys is requesting approval for update to the vendors' application forms for the park events for this year.
and my understanding is this was just to kind of correct some typos and clarify some things. And I did look at all of them.
And you were okay with them?
I redlined them, but then I sent you the clean copies after I redlined. So yes.
And the copy in your packet, in your second part of your packet is the clean copy. Hopefully that's not too confusing.
Oh, maybe this is it. I think I put it.
I think I just sent you guys the clean copies, but I did send the Parks Department the red line so they could see what I made, what changes I made.
Okay, so
but it
it's
was
for
all
the
little.
Raices in Spanish and English.
Yes. And then the TPA Park 4th of July application, and then the just general application.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get all that other stuff. Ellen had that, so.
Yep, she sent it to me.
Mhm.
You need one?
No, I think I
got a
think I
couple?
have them.
Yeah.
I have two.
I will say the only one I did not redline was the Spanish one because my Spanish is not. It's like 3-year-old Spanish, so it wouldn't have been good for me to edit that one. But I do understand that a Spanish-speaking individual did take a look at it.
Okay.
I had one question. Under number 2 in the food vendors, it says that the vendors must comply with all fire hazard regulations. Is the fire department notified of that? So there's something they can check off on with those as part of this procedure then?
I believe so. Is that right? Do you know?
I do not, but I can find out the answer for you. I apologize.
Is it Kevin? Yeah. Yeah. He was there last year, I guess. So yeah.
Okay, he checks because it says if they're cooking, they have to have a K class fire extinguisher. So somebody does check on that then to
I know he
make sure.
does, Greg. For
Okay.
example, any festival, the hot dog festival,
Okay,
he has to go check.
and that would include when we set up for Uptown for anything that we do up there too okay. Right. I'll make a motion that we accept the Parks Department vendor application agreement update.
I'll second that motion.
Does that motion include all 4 of these?
Mm,
Or are you just
Yeah,
doing-
you can do that as long as you put in the minutes that you're accepting all 4 agreements.
Okay.
If you want, or you can do them separate. It doesn't matter. to me.
Nope, I'm fine with the other
Yeah,
ones too. Okay, I'll amend the motion, make the motion that we accept the 4 applications that have been, or 4 agreements that have been presented tonight as updates.
Okay, and I'll second that motion. Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets?
Aye.
Greg Miller?
Aye.
Okay, you got that taken care of.
Okay. So the next thing I have is requesting for donation of 50 one-day passes and 3 family season passes to put in the Easter egg hunt for the Easter egg, or the Easter eggs for the Easter egg hunt this year.
I think it's a great idea. I like that. I'll make a motion that we accept the request for the pool passes for 51-day passes and 3 family season passes to be used as prizes in the Easter egg hunt.
I'll second that motion. Roll call.
Mayor Sheets?
Aye.
Greg Miller?
Aye.
Okay, you have that approved as well.
Okay. The next thing I have for you is Danielle Good. The Crossing High School is looking to have a fee waived on April 21st from 3:30 to 8 p.m. for ice cream social at the Prairie Creek Encompass Event Center.
I don't know if I have that one.
Do you need,
It's in your original packet. It should be. If not, I can give you my copy.
Several packets here.
Sorry,
that I
my
have.
fault.
Multiples of, yeah, fuse bars. Thank you.
I think there's two
These are
different
just-
ones of this.
these are
Yeah,
just-
one's marked a little bit differently than the other.
There is.
One's at the neighborhood center, one's at Prairie
Yeah.
Creek Park.
Okay, and this is the one for Prairie Creek Park,
Yes.
Okay,
and that is the ice cream social.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we accept the application for Danielle Good for the Crossing High School to be used on the date of April 21st,
Yes.
2026.
and fee
Fee
waive.
waive.
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah, for Prairie Creek Park and have the fees waived.
I'll second that motion. Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets?
Aye.
Greg Miller?
Aye. And then we need one for the 14th then.
Yeah, for May 14th, and this one will be for the neighborhood center from
Okay.
the same time, 3:30 to 8 p.m.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we accept the application or the agreement for Daniel Good for Crossing High School for the date of May the 14th for the neighborhood center and asking for the fees to be waived.
Yes,
too.
yes.
Also for fees to be waived also.
I'll second that motion. Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets?
Aye.
Greg Miller?
Aye.
Okay,
That's all I got.
Well, what's this other, oh, is this you maybe?
Wow.
That's,
Main Street.
yeah, that's Kimberly
Kimberly.
and Kim Stevens.
Oh, okay, okay.
That one I have.
Is that it? Okay, thank you. Okay, where are we now? Community Development, Kimberly.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
I only have one thing this evening, and then I'll have Kim Stevens come up and she can present on all of the Main Street events that'll be hopefully happening in the city of Frankfort.
Okay,
I'm asking for approval this evening to move forward with the contract with Signworks for the amount of $30,000. $15,000 of that will come back into hardware and signage for the city of Frankfort.
and we also received a grant from, tell me,
The tourism.
tourism for $5,000 of that, so.
I'll make a motion that we accept the contract with Signworks for $30,000 as presented this evening.
I'll second that motion. Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Okay, we can get started on that.
Yep.
We need to do that badly.
I'm
Our
excited.
signs are either down or broken or something, so we need
And they
to-
work with NDOT, which is always a bonus. So.
That always helps.
And then I'll have Kim Stevens come up.
Okay. Hi, Kim.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Good evening. The first thing I want to share with you, just for your information, this is something that all main streets in the state of Indiana put together an annual report. And so this is 2025 at a glance of some of the numbers for Frankfort Main Street. So, and this is with all of our partners. So just to give you an idea of, what the different events that we've done in the community, how much the investment from Redevelopment Commission, the City of Frankfort, all of our partners put back into the community. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer those for you. But I am here tonight to ask you to approve our events and the special event forms. And so it goes from Thursday Thunder through Santa's House. So the first one would be for Thursday Thunder, starting on June the 4th, going through October 15th. It'll be the first and third Thursdays of each month. And those will be downtown as we've done at Veterans Park. I don't know if you want to look at all of them and then approve all of them at once, or,
Yes.
okay. The next one would be for the Hot Dog Festival, and that is July 24th through the 26th. We will close down the streets starting on Thursday, so it'll be the 23rd. The next one would be for October 3rd for the Blues, Brews, and Barbecue. And as of right now, we would like to ask to use Veterans Park for that. And the downtown, it's listed what we needed. The next one would be October 31st for Trick or Treat on the Square. And that would be we'll close down the street starting at 4. We'd like to close it down like we did last year, so the whole square is closed except for Jackson Street. That actually worked out much better and was a lot safer for our kids and families. And then the next one would be for the Christmas parade, which will be on December the 5th. We'll start lining up at 1 o'clock. The parade will be at 3, and we expect to have everything open back up no later than 5 o'clock, but usually it's much quicker than that. Then the next one would be for using Prairie Creek Park, the event center, to set up for Santa's House, and we will start setting up on November 28th, and we would be done, cleaned up, and out of there by January 3rd. I think that's all I have.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we accept the dates and the events of the Thunder on the Square Hot Dog Festival for Blues, Brews, and Barbecue, for the Trick or Treat, use of the downtown for Trick or Treat night, for the Christmas parade, and also the use of Prairie Creek Park for Santa's House.
And then waive the fees on the
Oh.
ones that,
And the fees,
Yes, please.
and the fees be waived.
Please.
okay, I will second that motion. Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you. Okay, what's this one, concrete? Okay. Before we move on, Brian Kilman, you don't have anything? Nothing at all? Okay. I was gonna give you the chance. You're good? Okay, okay. Now, ready for the attorney.
Start with the sidewalk bids.
Okay.
Okay. So we did our 50/50 sidewalk program and we sent out a notice for bids and we've got, it looks like 4 bids for this. The first bid would be from Compost Construction. And I'll just read, they have different things outlined. Residential sidewalk per square foot is $15.25. Curb sidewalk combo is $30. Installation of ADA ramps is $5. Fill material is $40. Saw cuts are $3.75. Sealer is upon request from homeowner and that's to be determined. Removal and disposal, they did not have a price for. And then residential sidewalk is $17.25. The second quote is from Garcia's Concrete LLC. Residential sidewalk is $12. Curb sidewalk combo is $28. Installation of ADA ramps is $3. Residential sidewalk is $14. Sealer is 50 cents per linear foot. And then saw cuts are $2.50. And then removal and disposal is included in all work. The next one is from Case Construction Inc. And it's got concrete sidewalk, $20.96 per square foot. 6-inch, that's a 4-inch concrete sidewalk. 6-inch concrete sidewalk is $21.91 per square foot. ADA approved sidewalk ramp is $1,961 each. And it says, all work described above includes saw cutting, excavation of debris, disposal of debris, backfill and of walks and seed and straw. And then traffic control is at additional cost. And the last one is from Concrete Evolutions. They have removal of 4-inch or 4-foot concrete and disposal is $3.50. Pouring of sidewalk is $8.25 per square foot. That's for 4 feet. 6 is or 4. Anyway, poured concrete will be $11.50 square feet. Curb is $25. Tear out of curb is $25, and I think that's per linear foot. And then installation of ADA ramps is, if the city provides the ADA plate, then there will be no charge on the install. Fill material is $32 per ton for 53 stone. No charge on saw cuts, no charge on sealer. Debris removal, $90 per hour for single axle plus disposal fee, or $125 per hour for triaxle plus disposal fee.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
So my recommendation, what we usually do is take these under advisement because they're usually fairly difficult to compare apples to apples until we have a chance to kind of decipher them a little bit better. And then have usually the building services department works with me and we come up with a recommendation that comes to you all to approve.
Okay, Rob. Okay, I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion that we take all concrete bids under advisement until they can be reviewed by building services and the city attorney.
I'll second that motion. Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. The next set of bids that I've got are the landscaping bids. Those organized first. Those can go to Carol. There are 2 landscaping bids. The first bid is from Smith Outdoors LLC, and their price is $4,740. The second bid is from Exterior View Inc., and their price is $4,493.24.
And we just had 2, is that correct?
That's correct. So you can either take those under advisement or you can approve one of those if you'd like.
Take them under advisement then.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we take the 2 maintenance contract bids under advisement, put under review.
I'll second that motion. Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
I mean, can we get that on the next agenda? Because they'll have to be doing their landscaping pretty soon.
Next one is the watering bids, and we have 2 of those as well.
Okay.
The first one is from Warren Lawn and Landscape, and it is for $17,500. And the second one is from Smith Outdoors LLC, and it is for $30,690. Again, you can either take those under advisement or you can award tonight if you wish.
We do the same. You know,
If you want
you
to.
only have the 2.
Yeah.
Do that and the maintenance at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's go and put that on the agenda for the next.
Yeah.
one.
I'll make a motion. We put the 2 watering bids under advisement for review.
I'll second that motion. Roll call,
Mayor
please.
Sheets.
Aye, that's okay.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Okay.
All right. Next thing I have is an interlocal agreement with the county. We have a project that is redoing Mash Road. We got a grant for that project, and in part of that project, there is a bridge that is owned by the county, and this interlocal agreement outlines the responsibility of the county with regard to the bridge and the responsibility of the city with regard to the bridge. We had a meeting with them to kind of discuss what they would like to see associated with that, since they have ownership of that bridge, and the project includes the bridge as part of the grant. So I have gotten that over to the county. The county has already approved it, and I worked with Brian to get this taken care of, and he has approved it as well. So I'm just looking for a motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion that we accept or approve the interlocal agreement between the City of Frankfort and Clinton County Board of Commissioners.
I'll second that. Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
You ready for the next?
Yep.
Okay.
As I find it here.
The next thing we have is a lease agreement with Center Township for use of part of Old Stony. Center Township is working on selling their building. I think it was under.
Is it under?
I don't need it, but Mayor needs
I
it.
mean, you think that's it?
No, it's this one.
We have so many.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
So Center Township is wanting to lease space from Old Stony so that they can run the township offices here. They have been working on trying to sell their buildings, so they're working. They were looking for space, and I believe Old Stony has some space. We talked about this a couple of years ago, and then they didn't sell the building right away, so they weren't ready to move in. But my understanding is that they are ready to move in. Like, I think the 1st of April,
Yes.
if I'm correct. So we would need to approve this lease agreement so that they could utilize that space.
I'll make a motion that we approve the lease agreement between the city of Frankfort and Old Stony building to Center Township.
I'll second that motion. Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Okay. The last thing that I have is the, if you want to approve the proposal for the shelter house rental, not rental, the renovations. I do have a contract, an independent contractor agreement that is based on that proposal, if that's something you all want to approve.
Is that in our packets? I
Yes.
did see it in my
Should be
email.
somewhere.
It is.
It is, okay.
It's at the very end of your new packet.
It's called construction contract.
Yeah, I just got it
found
from
Okay,
her, yeah.
perfect.
Okay, so I was approached by Patrick Beard about doing a restoration of the large shelter house at DPA Park. And would you like to tell us a little bit about what that renovation would be or the restoration?
So, thanks for having me, first
Uh-huh.
of all. As I was walking through the park, as I was walking through the shelter house and saw that it was under disrepair, a little worn, needs some TLC. And I just thought, see a need, fill a need. I've lived here my whole life. I'm 43 years old, about to have my 43rd birthday on April 6th. I'm an artist. I've always looked for community projects. I've put my name in the hat for a number of community projects, and I haven't actually been able to put my stamp on my hometown, so to speak. I am motivated by acts of service, and I saw a need and I brought it to leadership, and that's where we're at. This is not just a painting job. Like, it is an intensive amount of prep work, and it's not temporary art. It is not a temporary mural. It is something that could very well be around for the next 100 years. This isn't me trying to promote my business, because as of right at this moment, I don't have a business. This is a service. This is simply a service using my skills, and I have 27 years of painting experience. So I think that's very adequate for the job. I'm not afraid of the hard work that it's going to be entailed in doing it. Anything's possible. And I have the help from the Parks Department too. So with those things in place, I am very confident that I'll be able to over-deliver on this project and this proposal.
I will tell you that I did Google this type, process that you do on this, and it sounds like it's something that they do on historic type
Yeah.
buildings or interior or exterior,
Mhm.
and it's like layers, right, of different types.
It's
Yeah, that's
layering
what I read.
finishes.
Yes.
It's not just one
Mhm.
paint coat. It's multiple coats, multiple bonding agents, multiple primers.
I will tell you that I did see that on social media. It looked like a lot of people within the community were excited about this, to see some
Yes.
changes out at
Yes.
the TPA park. And that's what made me, after you contacted me, reach back out to you, is because I saw how people in the community were acceptable to this.
Yeah.
And then I did some research on it to see exactly, what the process was. And
Right.
also, one of the local industries reached out to me. I wouldn't say their name, I guess I can.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can if you want.
Yeah.
We don't have an agreement yet.
Yeah, we don't have an agreement, but there was a local industry that said that they would be willing to cover the cost of that. So,
Perfect. That is,
Yeah. yeah,
that is great.
yeah. So we're excited.
Very excited. I haven't thought about anything since I walked underneath that ceiling structure, and that was about 2 weeks ago. So I've safe to say I've lost sleep over this project. I've thought extensively about it. I initially thought too much work for me, and then I thought I'm just the guy to do it. There is nobody else in this town that can do it, and I'm just the guy that can do it.
I did talk to some of the parks employees. Ryan, you're here as well. They seemed excited about it. They thought it would be something that would be, beneficial and look great out there. The grandstand, doesn't it have some wood look on the stage part? I can't remember on the actual building part, but I do know the stage part is wood as well, so.
It is very applicable to many areas throughout our city, not just the park. Paint lasts 20, 25 years, moderately. Stains last 5 to 6 years. So I'm always an advocate for paint. Nothing in this world is maintenance free. That's just, but paint lasts. So I am confident that this will be a part of our community for many, many decades to come.
And Ryan, wasn't that a goal to fix the shelter house, the large shelter this year? And didn't you put some new picnic tables out there or
We
worked on?
already did, yeah. We took the old ones out of service there, we got rid of, and put all new ones in, and then they are stained to sort of match.
Oh, they are stained as well.
Yeah, we didn't paint them white this time,
Mhm.
because people just go up there and just paint on them and write on them and everything else. So we just tried to do the natural look on them, make them look good that way. And then he came along, obviously, to talk about it.
And my finish would match the stains of their
On the
stain.
tables.
Yeah, it wouldn't look off.
Mhm.
It's actually
Did
where
you
I
have
got
any
the idea.
questions for him or?
What's a time period that you're looking at for a project like for this to get?
Be done before 4th of July, 100%.
That's a pretty bold goal for the 4th of July. That's
I expect to be done well before that.
okay.
I'm running behind if I'm, cutting it that close.
Yeah.
But I'm ready to start. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time that I've looked at this. And I don't know if Jim has had time to look at that or not. Is that something we
I
can?
think it was sent to
Yes.
Jim as well. And you did understand the liability insurance and
Yes.
you've taken care
Yep.
of that as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand the process yet completely on what it takes to put that done. On longevity of it, it would be my concern to make sure that it's something that would last a bit.
Well, the first is going to be pressure wash.
Yeah.
And most of the paint's flaking off as it is. So we assume that a lot of the paint's going to come off with the pressure washing cleaning process. We do not have to get down to bare wood for longevity of the paint to stick and the bonding agents to stick, the primers to stick. We will get down as far as we can to bare wood. Then we're going to oil base prime the whole ceiling structure. And then after that, it gets 2 coats of the base coat. And then it gets a top coat and 2 coats of sealer. So quite a bit of coatage. And the top coats will be all done with a brush. Everything else will be done with a spray.
Mhm. And Brian, what do you see as for the park employees, the time period that they'll be involved with this along with the regular duties at the park?
Basically what we decided and agreed to, if he gets the job, that we were just gonna help him do the pressure washing. So probably however long that takes, 3 or 4 days at given times that he needs help on that. And then the rest of you have to do.
Okay, okay.
And I believe you were gonna rent the equipment as well, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Running a lift.
Oh, for inside.
Yep.
Yeah. Would that be, that'd obviously be out of use while we're getting this prepared then for the large shelter house?
Yes.
And I talked to, I think it was Emily or Ellen the other day, I can't remember, maybe both of them. And they felt like that's something we could work through. Is that correct?
Well, we're gonna try to, I mean, there's one, depending on when we can get started. I mean, there's a couple weekends, there's not really, somebody's just raining, but there's a couple other weekends that's pretty big parties that's gonna be there, so. Emily was supposed to reach out to a couple different, but she's going on vacation, so I wouldn't know nothing back till next week on that. So.
Yeah, is that information we should have before that we can rework that? I mean, I hate to put this off since we're under the gun to get a time period this.
Is there any way, like if most of the rentals are Saturday and Sundays, is there any way that you could not work
Clean
on
up,
a Saturday
yeah,
or Sunday and
absolutely.
kind of clean up
Yeah,
around
I
there?
saw this coming. We, clean work site every night anyways. This is how I roll. But for that weekend, it would just be like normal business.
Mhm.
We'll just stop whatever process wherever we're at, and then they'll have their party, and then we'll come back on the Monday.
Is there any place this application's been used before to take a look at how that?
You could see some of my work. Let's see, Ryan Weaver's garage door, biorecovery specialist up on Columbia Street, right across the street from
51 West.
51 West. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. That was I did that one last year, and I did a couple garage doors at Goodwin's Funeral Home. Same wood tone.
They're in the alley across from my building.
Oh, okay.
So if you drive
Good
down the
eye.
alley, you'll see them.
Okay, yeah, on that, I was on the other side of the street, so, yeah, okay.
They'll catch your eye.
Yeah. I mean, if this is something you've researched and something that you have looked at.
I did look it up. I researched it to see like historically, because I know, Dick, I know you were, concerned about that. And they say they use it a lot on historical buildings inside and out because it's the way that they used to.
Painted white, that's the historical part. of it.
Yeah, for Frankfurt, yeah.
Yeah. And what's the light value? I mean, it's gonna darken up everything.
I don't believe so. I think it'll warm everything up.
No, it's gonna darken it. Why is this white?
And then we did talk about, new lights in there as well. So that's not part of his work,
Right.
but something that we could work on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can go by and take a look at that, but I haven't done the research, and you obviously have, and it's something that you've looked at, so.
And then they showed me out the park the other day, the different layers that you'd have to paint on it.
And
so.
the paint we'll be using has a lifetime warranty.
Yeah. And you're planning on staying around for a while after?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We seem to run into that problem
Yeah,
sometimes.
whose lifetime is that? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be around for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And this is something then, if you've looked at then, as a Parks Department, as a project, then that you can keep up on then after this is applied and,
That hasn't really been discussed. I didn't know what kind of warranty he had on that, or what he was gonna do as far as maintaining it.
yeah.
Afterwards, or if we're gonna take it over and have to, perhaps we got spots coming off, or if something's like that should happen, or what.
what that's going to do for us. And how would that look to you
Yeah.
then for?
I've spoken with Brandon and their painter, and we're gonna have, there's gonna be a somewhat of a small learning curve, but not much for the going forward. For any painter, it's not gonna be hard. And I like I said, I'm here in town. I just come on out and do it. I don't have a problem with doing that. It's my work. I stand behind it or under it in this case.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go ahead and make the motion then that we accept the independent contractor agreement as presented this evening.
I'll second that. Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
Okay, so there's a contract you'll have to sign and then you can talk to Carol then about the payment method and all that. Okay. Chief Shoemaker,
What?
do you have anything for us?
Oh, yeah, I got some.
I knew it. I knew it.
I'm kidding.
No, oh, come on. We were gonna miss you.
Bye, hold still before we adjourn.
Okay, okay,
That we do need to do.
okay. I was giving him the opportunity because
He's not taking it.
ornery.
he is.
Crowd will go wild if I come up.
Oh.
It will. Come on, Scott.
Okay, do you want to talk to us about the IU Health?
Yeah. So for the IU Health Clinic, if we're considering going a different direction, and I understand the insurance committee met about the clinic, we have to provide termination to them pretty soon here this week. And so my recommendation would be to provide termination to them. If you decided that you wanted to do a new contract with them later, you would be able to do that, but that way you wouldn't be locked in for next year. Otherwise, if you want to go a different direction, then that would give you the flexibility to do that. We don't have a termination agreement or anything. We would just need to send a letter to them saying that we were terminating, but what we would need would be a motion to terminate that agreement that we have with them.
I do want the employees to know that once this is terminated, we do have something in the works of having another employee clinic at another location. So we're hoping that the service just keeps right on going. That's the goal here, so.
I'll make a motion that we provide termination notice with IU Hospital concerning the clinic located in Frankfurt.
And that's for our employee clinic. I want to clarify that just to make sure that
Yep.
everybody. Okay, and I'll second that. Roll call, please.
Mayor Sheets.
Aye.
Greg Miller.
Aye.
So I'm working with Tom Little. The county has already approved termination of that agreement, and the USB by consensus did at their last meeting as well. So we will send them a joint notice with the county and the USB to terminate that. He has a draft that I reviewed this morning, and I sent some changes back to him. So I expect that we will have that ready for the mayor to sign and for the USB to sign as well.
Okay, does anybody have anything in the audience? Nothing? Okay, I'll take the motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, thank you all.